born and raised in Farmington, Utah, so I've lived here all but 6 months of my life. 6 months we lived in a crappy little apartment in Bountiful. And I went to high school in Bountiful at Beaumont High, went to the University of Utah and got a degree in human development and family studies, and then just kind of started working. And it wasn't until after I had my second baby that I got into birth work, becoming a childbirth educator, and then a few years later, becoming a doula. It took us about 2.5 years to have a baby. When we decided, we're like, yay, let's have a baby, and then no baby came and no baby came. So it took us about 2.5 years from when we decided that it was time to start trying to get pregnant for us to actually have a baby. And so through that infertility, and you know, my infertility story is not a long one, and it's not even a particularly awful one. It resolved pretty easily once we figured out what was going on. But you grow to kind of distrust your body, and you know, why isn't my body doing what it should be doing? And so then when I finally was pregnant, I really wanted to have the experience of an unmedicated birth. My mom had given birth to all 5 of her kids without an epidural, and so I was like, if she can do it, so can I. So that's really kind of what led me on the path. And then my first birth experience was really empowering, really hard, but really empowering. And then breastfeeding was hard, but also empowering. And then my second birth was really when she was, just how she was born and the story behind it, just made me think like, this was a really amazing experience, and I want every woman to be able to have the opportunity to experience that kind of birth. So that was probably, Rory's birth was probably what really pushed me into saying like, this is something that I want to do. The best ways that you can do that is when you're interviewing a care provider about your birth wishes. Don't say, will you let me eat during labor? Like, don't let them have a yes or no answer. Ask them, how do you feel about women eating while they're laboring? What happens if your patients go past 41 weeks in their pregnancy? How do you feel about induction? When would you do a C-section? You know, asking those kinds of questions and letting your provider explain their viewpoint, because everyone can be supportive in the moment, but then kind of find out what they really feel when you're going past 41 weeks, or when you're hungry and they don't want to let you eat. So picking a really good care provider, and then honestly also doing your own research. There are a lot of really good there are a lot of really good websites, not just blogs, but like actual evidence-based websites and studies that you can go to and bring to your care provider and say, well, studies show that it's safe for me to eat during labor, so why are you saying that I can't?